At my wedding reception, my aunt suddenly stood up and shouted, "This marriage is a joke. He should have married my daughter." My husband, Eric, simply grinned and responded, "Well, you're going to love what happens next." My aunt's expression went blank, just as the wedding planner stepped forward and said, "I never thought I'd witness a revenge story on my wedding day, but here we are. Let me introduce you to my aunt, Donna. If narcissism had a ruler, she'd wear the crown with a smug grin, made from the misery she created in others' lives." Donna believed the world owed her everything, including my husband. Her daughter, Lisa, was the apple of her eye, her golden child. According to Donna, Lisa deserved the best of everything, even if that meant stepping over others to claim it. Lisa was raised to believe she was the smartest, the most beautiful, and that every man should be at her feet. So, when Eric and I got engaged, Donna flipped. For context, Eric and Lisa had briefly dated in college. It was nothing serious, a couple of months that ended when Eric realized they didn't connect. But Lisa didn't take it well. To Donna, Eric and I getting together years later was a betrayal, as though I had stolen something that rightfully belonged to Lisa. At every family event, Donna would drop snide remarks, like, "Funny how fate works, Lisa and Eric always seemed so perfect together," or "Some people just don't realize their second choice." I ignored her, determined to let nothing spoil my happiness. But Donna wasn't ready to let it go. On our wedding day, I could feel her resentment from across the room. She was seething, gripping her wine glass like she might break it. Lisa, sitting next to her, played the role of the heartbroken ex-girlfriend, with big sad eyes and little sniffs as she eyed Eric like he was the one that got away. The ceremony itself went smoothly, almost too smoothly, as if we were waiting for the storm. And then came the reception. Everyone was laughing, dancing, and having a good time. I thought I had escaped Donna's drama. But then, as Eric and I stood to thank our guests, my aunt stood as well. Suddenly, she yelled, "This marriage is a joke. He should have married my daughter." The room fell silent. My stomach dropped. My mother turned crimson, my father looked ready to explode, and Lisa, she just sat there, pretending to be embarrassed, though the tiniest smirk was barely concealed. As for Eric, he just chuckled, not nervously, but with a smirk that said, "I've been waiting for this." He then turned to Donna and said, "You're going to love what's coming next." The room held its breath. The wedding planner, who had been quietly standing by, stepped forward with a microphone. "Ladies and gentlemen," she announced, "we have a special presentation from the groom." I glanced at Eric, confused. This wasn't part of the plan. But when I saw the glint in his eyes, I realized something big was about to unfold. The lights dimmed, the projector screen lowered, and a video began. The first image on the screen? Donna. Specifically, a recording of her on the phone, laughing as she said, "I don't care how it happens, I just want her humiliated. If Lisa can't have him, then no one can." The room gasped in unison. My heart raced. The video continued, more recordings, texts, voicemails. Turns out Donna had been busy sabotaging my wedding. She tried to cancel my dress order, bribed the florist to ruin my bouquet, and even called the venue pretending to be me to change the wedding date. The worst part? 2 weeks before the wedding, she'd messaged Eric, offering him $50,000 to leave me at the altar. The room erupted. My mother was shaking with rage, my father looked ready to throw a punch. And Donna? She went pale, sitting there stunned. Lisa, beside her, was equally mortified. Eric, unfazed, turned to Lisa and said, "Don't worry, you're up next." A second video started. It showed Lisa's texts to Eric, "I know you still think about me. We were meant to be. She's nothing compared to me. Leave her, and I'll make it worth your while." Then, a voice recording of Lisa crying, "She doesn't deserve you. I should be the one in that dress. If you don't leave her, I'll make sure she never has a happy marriage. I'll ruin her." The room was dead silent. Donna and Lisa looked as if they wished they could vanish. Lisa's fiancé, who had been sitting quietly the whole time, stood up and walked out without a word. Donna tried to stammer something, but my father, who had been eerily quiet, stood and pointed to the door. Get out. She hesitated. No, and just like that, Donna and Lisa were escorted out. But the drama didn't end there. The next morning, my phone was blowing up, texts, missed calls, and social media notifications. While I was enjoying my first night as a married woman, Donna and Lisa had gone on a full-blown rant on Facebook. Donna, I can't believe my family betrayed me like this after everything I've done for them. My niece is a manipulative, backstabbing snake who stole my daughter's future. That wedding was a fraud. Eric doesn't love her, he's being tricked. Everyone knows Lisa was his true love, but money and lies won in the end. They humiliated us, but karma will catch up to them. No one disrespects my family and gets away with it. The comment section? Brutal. My cousins, friends, even Donna's own sister were tearing her apart. My mom was dragging her across the floor. My mom has no respect for your family. You tried to sabotage your niece's wedding. You're an embarrassment. Aunt Susan, maybe if you'd taught your daughter some basic decency instead of raising an entitled brat, none of this would have happened. A wedding guest, clearly fed up, chimed in. Ma'am, you caused a scene at their reception like some kind of lunatic. Embarrassing doesn't even begin to cover it. Then Lisa tried to salvage whatever dignity was left. She took to social media to post a sob story about how she was blindsided. Lisa, I had no idea my mom was going to do that. I would never hurt anyone like that. This is all a huge misunderstanding, right? A misunderstanding? Hilarious. I had video proof of her begging my husband to leave me. Her ex-fiancé, well, ex-fiancé now, didn't buy a word of it. He left a scathing comment before blocking her. Ex-fiancé, hope lying was worth losing everything. And that was just the start. Lisa's fall from grace had only just begun. First, she lost her fiancé, but the real destruction followed. Turns out, her ex-fiancé's parents had already bought a house for them as a wedding gift. Guess what? That house wasn't going to happen. His parents demanded she pay back every cent they spent on the wedding, venue, dress, catering, everything. And Lisa? She didn't have that kind of money, so she ran to Donna for help. Except Donna was broke too. That same day, while she was going on a Facebook rant, she got fired from her job. Donna's collapse. Let's be clear, Donna had worked at the same company for 15 years. She wasn't at the top, but she was well liked and respected. Or, she was, until her boss saw the wedding video. It turns out, Donna's boss's wife was at the wedding. She saw everything. Afterward, she went to her husband and said, if she can be that ruthless to her own family, imagine what she's like at work. So, her boss dug into Donna's work history, and guess what he found? A long history of bullying younger female employees. Complaints had been filed, but nothing was done about it, until now. That's when they fired her. No severance, no sympathy, just gone. The final nail. Lisa's life was unraveling fast. She lost her fiancé, her mother lost her job, and then, to make things worse, her friends abandoned her. Those same girls who had once fawned over her, gone. Why? Because Lisa had borrowed money from them, promising she'd pay them back after her wedding. Now, no wedding, no wealthy husband, no money, she was done for. But the cherry on top? Lisa showed up at my house, uninvited, crying, demanding I let her in. That's when things took a wild turn. I couldn't believe it when I saw the envelope on my doorstep. Lisa was suing me. For what? Emotional distress, defamation, public humiliation. I nearly choked from laughing. The woman who had humiliated herself at my wedding was now trying to play the victim in a court of law. Unbelievable. Eric, always 2 steps ahead, had already prepared for something like this. He took one look at the legal papers and smirked. Oh, she just made the biggest mistake of her life. And why? Because we had receipts. Screenshots, voice recordings, video footage, and witnesses. Lisa wasn't going to lose, she was going to get obliterated. The courtroom showdown. A month later, we found ourselves in a courtroom. Lisa and Donna sat at their table. Donna was whispering frantically to their lawyer, while Lisa wiped away fake tears. The lawyer stood up, cleared his throat, and began. Attorney, Your Honor, my client has suffered tremendous emotional trauma. She was humiliated in front of hundreds of people, lost her engagement, and has faced social exile. We seek damages for this unfair and targeted attack. I had to bite my tongue to keep from laughing. Unfair and targeted attack? She literally tried to steal my husband. My lawyer stood up next. My lawyer, Your Honor, I'd like to present Exhibit A. And then, on the big screen, the recordings began. First came Lisa's text messages to Eric, her voicemails, begging him to leave me, and then, her own voice, "She doesn't deserve you, I'll ruin her." The courtroom went dead silent. Next came Exhibit B, emails, texts, messages from Donna bribing wedding vendors to sabotage my day, Lisa mocking me behind my back. By the time the last clip played, the one where Lisa threatened to destroy my marriage, their lawyer looked like he wanted to crawl under the table. The judge, adjusting his glasses, turned to Lisa. "Judge, Miss Carter, do you have anything to say in your defense?" Lisa's lip trembled. I was emotional. "Judge, that doesn't justify threatening someone's marriage. You attempted to sabotage the wedding and engaged in deceitful, manipulative behavior." Donna leapt to her feet, pounding her fist on the table. "Donna, this is a setup. These videos are all fake." Judge bangs gavel. "Sit down, Miss Carter. One more outburst and I'll have you removed." Lisa buried her face in her hands. It was over. The aftermath: the case was dismissed immediately. And on top of that, Lisa was ordered to pay our legal fees, which, as you can imagine, were hefty. And guess what? She didn't have the money. She had to sell everything: her car, her designer bag, even tried to crash at one of her friends' places, but none of them wanted anything to do with her anymore. And Donna? She completely lost it. She started calling relatives, begging for money, spinning some sob story about how we ruined Lisa's life. No one was buying it. My mom, ever the savage, told her, "Lisa ruined her own life, and you helped." Eventually, they both had to leave town. Lisa moved to a new city, trying to start fresh, but guess what? Her past followed her. She tried dating, but men Googled her name, and all the drama came up: her texts, the wedding video, the lawsuit. She became the ultimate cautionary tale. One final encounter 2 years later, I ran into her. I was having coffee at a cafe when I spotted her sitting at a corner table. She looked different, tired, defeated, not the arrogant, self-centered woman she used to be. She noticed me, and for a split second, I thought she might leave, but instead, she just stared at her coffee, shoulders slumped. For a moment, I almost felt sorry for her, almost. But then I remembered everything. She tried to ruin my wedding, my marriage, my happiness, all for nothing. I walked past her without a word. And as I stepped outside into the fresh air, I smiled. Because I won, and she lost everything. Final thoughts: looking back, I don't regret a single thing. Donna and Lisa got exactly what they deserved. I used to believe that karma would take care of people like them. But sometimes, karma needs a little help. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay stunned.